Julian, also known as Krathon internationally, is looking more and more like a super typhoon out here today as it passes right over the Batanes Islands. Signal Force 4 has been posted across these islands, part of the Philippines, of course, and at this time, they're taking the right front quadrant of the storm system. You can see here on microwave imagery, we're going to peer through the upper level cloud tops. It gives you a clear idea of that eye wall wrapping up over the last 24 hours, and that is really that indication of this rapid intensification. Here, just looking at the advanced Dvorak analysis, and basically indicating, based on satellite analysis, how strong the storm system is. And you can see here, just over the last few hours, we've seen several bursts of rapid intensification, a bit of eye wall replacement rate in here, another burst of rapid intensification, with the current analysis indicating the storm likely around 130 knots within that core, that inner eye wall, which would put it at a pretty moderate to strong Category 4 storm system, or about a super typhoon. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do get an upgrade here from the Joint Typhoon Warning Center as well as Pagasa as we look ahead through here on our Monday morning in the Philippines and over towards Taiwan. And what does this mean as far as the forecast? Not really much of a change in the track, but for sure a change in the overall intensity forecast with, really the southern coast of Taiwan taking the brunt of what likely will be a super typhoon as it starts to hit the mountains. Now, good news, I suppose, it's a bad and a good news here, is that as it nears those mountains, that will cause some weakening in the storm. And usually it causes it to almost kind of squish up, like if you're squishing a ball. But that also does cause plenty of that rain to be squeezed out over the mountains of Taiwan. And even as it passes off the north coast of the Philippines, of course, Batanes Island's taking that inner core, the brunt of the storm system. You have that flow coming in around from the west, which is going to continue to stick around through about Tuesday evening, heading into Wednesday morning before that low starts to pull away towards the north, or I say the low pressure center, the typhoon. That means areas here from Bagyong towards the north, across the mountains, are going to continue to see heavy rainfall. And then our storm slams into the southern coast of Taiwan, skirts right over the mountains. That is going to cause it to weaken. It's probably going to be a low-level tropical storm, maybe by the time it's done with Taiwan. But all of that rain is going to get squeezed out of it. And then at the same time, you have this inflow, this flow coming in from the north that actually is almost going to set up a bit of a northeast monsoonal type setup for Taiwan, even over towards Okinawa. And yeah, the northern coast of the Philippines could be looking at a few days of some rather gusty northerly winds on the backside of it. But of course, first we got to get through the Batanes Islands, the northwest coast of Luzon, as this wraps around. And then on Wednesday morning, and really throughout the day, Wednesday heading into Thursday, the entire island of Taiwan, both coasts now, look like they're going to be looking at some pretty serious flood threats. But of course, the southeast coast. As far as the Philippines is concerned, it's the northwest coast that we're still talking about here. Of course, the Batanes Islands. But then we're talking about Ilocos Norte, parts of Cagayan, extending down through Region 1. Heavy, over 200 millimeters of total precipitation still in your forecast. While we take a look at our Patreon members, do want to quickly touch in on you guys before I get further on in the update. A big shout out to everybody that supports this channel. Can't thank you enough. Yes, that's why I make 3 videos a day like today. Looking at the rainfall accumulation here, though, if you want to support the channel, check out our Patreon. Link is down below. Forgot to say that. Yeah, y'all know the spiel, but if you really do want to help out, I do appreciate it. Rainfall accumulation here in northwestern Luzon, yeah, well over 200 to 300. But look at this. As it wraps around, it hits, and then right in there, you see the mountains? Look at that, right like that. That is where all that moisture just kind of piling up as this comes on through. And that's why I think the southeast coast of Taiwan and those 3,000 meter high mountains are going to squeeze out this rainfall to the point where you could be seeing in spots a full-on meter of total precipitation with this storm system. A serious flooding in the forecast here along the east and southeast coast of Taiwan. So be safe, be smart out there, friends. Yeah, this is going to be a rough couple of days. So at this time, if you're watching this now, day ahead of it, know your information through those official sources, of course, but prepare to evacuate and check your emergency or ready to go kit. Everything being charged, things like that. You know the drill. One thing I've actually learned recently that would be kind of smart is take bags of water and fill them up, put them in your freezer, and put them at the top of all your stuff. So when the power does go out and it melts, keeps your freezer cold, one, and two, it also is potable water when you're kind of low on water if you're in one of these spots. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but tips. That's what we're here for, helping you guys out. We're at least trying at the very least. So something to think about. If you got a tip that you do ahead of any typhoon or any major storm system, I would like to hear about it in the comment section down below, and I'll share it in some of these updates. That's my goal. I'm going to try to, I'm going to try to put out a nice little tip in each one of these videos, just something to think about. Anyways, here to look at our flyover for the Philippines on our Tuesday. Really the heaviest of the rain, Ilocos Norte, the Upper River Basin could be looking at some threats of a flooding here. Back to our Patreon members. Hey, how about that? Our Typhoon members. We actually had a new cafe out of Siargao. Still haven't put it on the graphic yet, but I believe it's Luna Cafe. Check them out. I'll put it on the graphic. I'll give them an extra shout out. They just upgraded from a tropical depression, which was $2 a month, to $6 a month, which is the typhoon category here. I got to put their name up. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. All right, that's all for today. If you have any questions, I say that's all for today. This is my third video today. But if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm trying my best to keep you guys informed on this storm. Very serious one, especially for the southern coast of Taiwan and the northwest coast of the Philippines, just where this is going to be moving through and dropping a tremendous amount of rain. But my heart goes out to those in the Batanes Islands tonight where this is passing directly over, and Bosco, right front, they if you know anybody out there, let me know. They are going to get the brunt of what the Dvorak analysis is indicating at this time is a super typhoon. So stay safe out there, friends. Hope you're having a good day, I guess. If you're one of these people, I hope you're having an okay day, but I hope you have a good day wherever you are.